Hello, welcome. This is Shane O'Donnell. I'm the creator of the Growth State Experience. And thank you for being here today. This is a channel for entrepreneurs. And what we do here is we help you create new habits of imagination. We help you work out what's blocking you from moving to your next stage in your life. So change comes from a changed mind. And you have a power within you that it's an intelligence that's far superior to any situation that you may be struggling with right now. And when you learn how to tap into that, and you have the freedom to do that at any given time, through the habit of thought, through the habit of emotions, the habit of imagination, you can activate this intelligence so that you can achieve the things that you want to do in your life. So what I want to talk to you today about in this video is that there's one thing that's stopping most people on this planet from going to the next level of success in their journey as an entrepreneur. And I want to go through that today with you and give you a real insight with that. It was taught to me by my mentor, Bob Proctor, many years ago. And it took me ages to figure out what he really meant. But now that I get it, it's enabled me to create huge success in my life from where I was, and this is not comparing myself to others, but from where I was to where I am now, my life is completely transformed. And I want to help you with that today so that you can take and possibly adopt these ideas into your life, and hopefully you'll see a significant change. So you're here because you're a mission-inspired entrepreneur. You're driven by an idea or a passion or a purpose within you. It's a conviction within you that seems like you were born for something more, and that's what gets you up every day. You feel that you need to impact other people's lives with this gift that you have within you, and it's something that's seeking expression in the world. And I have to honor you. Every community needs entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs are the change makers in our society. They bring great change and huge benefits to society because they create employment for people that don't want to create their own business, and they innovate. They create innovations that transform society. So I'm very grateful for what you do, and I'm here to encourage you that stay the course, because if that thing that's on your heart is nudging you forward to keep expressing itself in the world, I'd be listening to that, because it actually, all it is information that you need to enable you to express that thing within you into the world faster. And so entrepreneurship, I believe, is an identity. It gives you the power to express this desire within you, within the world. And this gift within you is, I consider the imagination is like this field of possibility. So in this field of possibility, you have this unexpressed idea that's seeking expression in the world. And it's within that field of possibility, your imagination. So honor your courage, and I urge you and I encourage you, keep stepping into your impact-driven life. Your conviction to bring this world, the work that you do, is admirable. And you're an example for others to live what you love. Do what you love in your life, and you'll find fulfillment. And thank you for your willingness. You're creating incredible income for yourself and for others if you just carry on along your path. And maybe you've already you've got to that point where you've generated the income that you want, but maybe you want a bit more time to spend time with the people that you love. You want to enjoy the process of creating this gift, bringing this gift to others without sacrificing the joy of life that you deserve as well. Everyone deserves that. It's not meant to be a duty. It's meant to be a fulfilling journey. So the solutions that other people need, you have that within you, within that gift that's within you, all right? And I'm committed to helping you bring that idea to as many people as possible through this work and the various work that I do. So my intention is to post this type of information at least once a week. And there are other avenues. We have a group which is growing quite quickly with entrepreneurs. It's called Growth State. And that is an interesting WhatsApp group, because what's happening there is that entrepreneurs are learning to make the daily practice, this powerful practice of gratitude, part of their daily routine. There are other bits to it, but if we just start with that, and what's happening in the group is that people are getting massive shifts and changes within their outcomes every day in their work, in their business. So if you'd like to join that group, just leave me a message and we'll get in contact. And then, if you're an entrepreneur, then we'll definitely invite you into that group. So you're here with the idea that you want to move to the next chapter of your mission-inspired journey. The next significant level of your journey is unique to you. Everyone's going to have a different goal, a different idea of what the next level is for them. And for some people, you might be a sole trader, and you might be getting to the point now where you want to employ your first employee, or you want to double your income, or it might not be a financial goal. It might be that you want to become known as a thought leader in your field of expertise, and you want to be recognized by others for what you do. And the reason for that is your intention is to impact other people with this information that you have, with this ability you have, this gift that you have. Okay. Or like I said earlier, you might just want to calm down and grow your business and enjoy your life and spend time with the people that you love. You want more balance in your life. These are all possible. They're possible, but you're not experiencing it right now. And we often get to points where we're not getting the breakthrough that we want to move to the next chapter of our life. And there's a reason for that. It often feels like you've stalled, or if you've ever driven a four-wheel drive in thick mud, the vehicle's bottomed out and your wheels are spinning, but there's nothing happening. The mud is just sapping all the energy, the forward momentum. You're not going anywhere. You're stuck. Okay, and the wheels are spinning, but there's no forward progress. And that's how you may feel with your current business now. And that is perfectly normal. Every entrepreneur goes through that. I've been through it many times. The reality is that when you're focused on the outcome that you're getting right now, often those results are not giving you the hope that you need, that you're on the right track. Okay, you're focused on what you're getting right now, and sometimes you might even question yourself, how am I going to get it all done? Or you find yourself looking into the industry, looking at other people that are way ahead of you, and you're thinking, well, there's so many people doing what I do. Does the world need another me, another person doing this work? Well, the answer is, if it's on your heart, then yes, this is what you're meant to do, because only you can do it in the way that you do it. Or you may be knocking your self-esteem by comparing yourself to others. You're looking at these people that are way ahead of you, and you're comparing yourself, and it's just the wrong thing to do, because you are a unique individual. You have a unique set of talents and abilities, and you have a unique gift, and that gift, it needs to be expressed in the world. So if you're comparing yourself, all that's going to happen is you're going to start doubting whether your noble goal is even possible, whether you're just kidding yourself. Maybe you should just go and get a job, go and work for someone else. Or you've just been pushing so hard, you simply burnt out. You burnt all the drive out of you, and there's just no more gas in the tank. That is a very common thing with most business owners, with many entrepreneurs, is that they believe they are the way maker, that they are the center of the universe, and that all the solutions come from them. I want to, I will hopefully today share with you a absolute distinction that will let you off the hook. So it can become a simpler process. You know, you've been pushing yourself too hard for so long that you started to resent the business that you once loved. And that happened to so many, it's happened to me. So I know from firsthand what that's like. So you're asking yourself, where's the progress? All right. And I can relate. I mean, I've been through multiple businesses. Two of them were relatively successful. One of them made me financially, or my wife and I, financially independent. So I'm a little bit excited about what's possible for a business, but it wasn't always like that. And so there's a process, there's cycles that we go through, and I'm creating this business now, this coaching business from scratch. I've never done a coaching business before. I've coached a number of clients now, and I've seen great results. But then, how do you generate new leads? How do you bring people through the process? How do you scale a coaching business? Those are the things I'm learning now, and it is a little bit of fun. Okay, so what happened to me that got me to this point is that we were living in Africa. I'm born in Australia, but grew up in Zimbabwe, and had a couple of wins. One company listed on a stock exchange, so I experienced that. It was a lot of fun. We loved it. But we decided we want our girls to grow up and go to school in Australia, because where we were living, there were no senior schools, and my wife didn't want our kids to go to boarding school. So I'm very blessed that she organized everything. And so we found ourselves moving to Australia, and I decided that all I understood, because I've got no qualifications, I've only ever had businesses, that I'd open businesses with a business partner who had been in business before with a couple of businesses, and we'd done well. And so we thought it would be pretty easy. Anyway, it took us 2 years to lose everything that we had, and my back was against the wall. He got a job immediately, well, 2 weeks after we shut the business, the failed business. He got a job with a very, very successful business, and he did really well out of that. Eventually becoming a partner in that, and I didn't. I was out there on my own, and at some point, I was 35 years old, I realized that no one's coming to save me, and no one is. You have to figure this out yourself, okay? Fortunately, when my back was against the wall, I did ask this question, is this how my life's going to unfold? Am I going to just, from 35 years old, I had all this excitement of business in my former life. Now I'm 35 years, and from now on, it's just going to be struggle and sacrifice. And when you ask, you receive. There's a scripture that says, ask and you shall receive. And I love that scripture, because I started to get different answers. My life wasn't meant to be just struggle and sacrifice. That's what I watched my mother live in her life. And I made a commitment to myself. I wouldn't live a life like she had experienced life, or my father had experienced. And I'm very grateful to them, because they showed me how I didn't want to live my life, how I didn't want to grow old. And it made a big difference, because I made different choices. So the process of moving forward in your life is a constant progression of growth. And what's important about this, there's one distinction, there's one idea that I can leave you with today, and I want to persuade you, is that what we think about, we bring about in our lives. We create our reality with the images that we hold within our mind. Our imagination is so powerful, but it's not, the power doesn't come from us. So fortunately for me, when I was in Sydney, I met my first mentor, and he is a wonderful man, and he worked with me for a couple of years, and then he put me onto and introduced me to a huge leader in this planet. He's not with us anymore, Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor, over a period of time, he helped me establish order in my mind. He gave me a system that I can use on repeat to keep growing and improving the quality of my life, because change comes through a changed mind. But no one's ever seen the mind. So how can you change something that no one's ever seen? And so with Bob's guidance, he helped me understand how to use my mind effectively. Just gave me a scaffolding or a framework for my mind. And it's easy to break things down and move forward and keep progressing as the resistance shows up. So one distinction that I want to give you today, and you may have heard this before, I'll repeat it over and over, is that there's one formula that I base everything on, I base success on. It was given to us a couple of thousand years ago by one of the most influential leaders ever to walk this planet. And he said that the formula for success is know what you want. That's on your heart. That's your desire. Plus non-resistance in what you believe equals desired outcome. That's the formula. So most people know what they want. And in fact, we teach people how to really break that down, how to get to the core of what it is that they genuinely want for their life. Then from there on, if in our 12-step program, once we establish what you want and you are able to unpack that, then we go into creating a system where you can keep reevaluating what's causing the resistance in your life, and so that you can keep lifting your belief system to match the desire that you want. And that's really the simplicity of the process. But we get so distracted, we get so distracted by the idea of we have to push hard, we have to work hard, we have to follow that strategy, we have to go and learn this information so that we can implement. We think we are the change makers. And in a sense we are, but we're forgetting the biggest part of our power that's within us, and we're neglecting that. So Bob spent his life, pretty much every meeting we had, he would say that the number one priority in our lives is to work on our mindset. That's at the core of our consciousness. That's the beginning of everything. He used to say everything is in business, in your life, is 95% mindset, 5% strategy. Most of us spend 95% on strategy, 5% on mindset. And there's a reason for that, because up until now, up until recently, most self-help, personal development, transformational material focus on all aspects of personal development. And they made mindset a chapter. So it's a concept within a number of ideas. Well, I understand now that mindset is the center. So when we get that idea and we train our brains to focus on mindset first, making sure that we are establishing ourselves in the right state, and what we promote is the growth state. There's only two states of being. You're either in a growth state where you're connected, you're resourceful, you are inspired, you're curious, you're joyful, you have energy to keep moving forward regardless of the circumstances around, or you're disconnected. You activate your sympathetic nervous system, you go into fight and flight or freeze mode, and nothing happens except you keep forcing the same results over and over, and you're disconnected from the most powerful part of who we are in this process of becoming and of transforming my life and our financial stability, my wife and I have formed a deeper, more productive and loving relationship with the God of my understanding, with this infinite intelligence that permeates everything in this world. And when we understand the power that's within us comes from, that is our source of supply. And when we learn to allow that to become the dominant source of power in your life and it flows, you let it flow through your life, then life becomes a lot easier. Then you are basically moving in alignment with who you're meant to be. You're becoming who you're meant to be, and the power to affect change in your life comes naturally, and it comes in abundance. It comes quickly. The power within you is only stifled by the blockages that we've created in our mind through the thoughts that we think over and over, which are habits of thought, which are belief systems, that are self-image ideas, that are routines that we move into that are not helpful, that are non-productive, and so on. So these are all ideas that we can change over time when we focus on mindset, when we understand that your number one priority is mindset first. When you make that your number one priority, then what happens is that you're going to shift your life a lot quicker. It's going to become easier to move from where you are to where you want to go because you're engaging with this intelligence that makes the planets fly in order, makes the sun rise every day. You're actually working with that. That's the power we have. And so most people underestimate mindset. Most people understand mindset, but they just underestimate how powerful it is and how significant it is in our lives. So people are spending 95% on the doing of life instead of being who we're meant to be. And that's where the biggest, I suppose, massive shift there is that anyone can make in their life is when they make mindset their priority. That's what happened to me. I was doing and getting ridiculously useless results. And then eventually the penny dropped because the mentors kept saying to me, it's mindset first. And then I listened because I was fed up of being fed up of getting the wrong results. Okay. And that might resonate with a lot of people. Okay. Almost everyone underestimates the power of mindset. Most people are spending 95% of their time on how to and on the physical doing of what they have to do every day, on the strategy, implementing a new strategy, on skills training, on, implementing the next incredible breakthrough on generating leads for your business through Facebook or Instagram or wherever it is, okay? And the new website they have to rebuild. And those things are important. But if you're not aligned in your mind, you'll never execute on those strategies correctly. You'll never execute them with the level of power and passion that you need. So the massive shift in my business, in my relationships and in enjoyment of living, in my wealth, and for my wife and I, came when I made mindset my number one priority. And when I made being a human being more important than being a human doing. I love that idea. So not because I'm a lazy guy, but I just want to be more effective. I don't want to waste time doing work that is unnecessary. I don't believe that we are designed to struggle and sacrifice for the whole of our life. I don't believe that at all. And okay. So this is what my intention is today, is to persuade you, if I can, to consider the power of mindset, that it is the center of your consciousness. And then when you make that your priority and you form habits to keep developing the strength of your mindset as the center of your prosperity formula, your success formula, then things change quickly. So in the traditional way of personal development, there'd be a book full of wise quotes, very clever ideas, inspiring books, inspiring stories of people. I went to all the motivational seminars, listened to everything on YouTube, social media, and so on. And, from time to time, I would implement some of the teachings, and I'd get a sort of a small shift. But all the books talk about these quantum shifts in our experience. They promised those ideas, and I didn't get them until I started making mindset my priority. And then we got some phenomenal changes. And it didn't happen once, it's happened multiple times, and I understand it. So the motivation would make me feel good when I listen to what, something that's uplifting on social media or at an event. But what happens with that, and you may have noticed this, when you go on into your life again and something triggers you, something bumps you off course, you just go back to your old ways of thinking. And this is the difference between shifting your paradigm and developing a system for continual growth in your life. And so the journey of entrepreneurship, it is a journey of transformation. It is a journey that is not meant to be done on your own, or you're not meant to take this journey on your own. It's meant to be done with others. So like I say, if you feel that you'd love to join a group of people that are practicing daily habits to help them shift their mind, very simple ideas that lift them to a growth state of being, rather than being disconnected in a primal state where you activate your sympathetic nervous system. They're shifting towards being calm and relaxed in their day, in their work, and in doing what they love. And things are happening for them. It's significant. So if you'd like that, reach out to me. And I just have to say that as the entrepreneur, if you're listening to this and you're an entrepreneur, I have to say I love you, because it is not the easiest role to play in society. Most people don't understand what you see. They can't buy into the idea, and you often spend your life selling this idea that's on your heart to others, get them to understand what you're trying to create, and it can be a very lonely journey. So if you'd like to join us, just feel free to reach out. Thank you.